Once upon a time, in a quaint little village nestled between rolling hills and lush meadows, there were two houses standing side by side. One was a humble, weathered cottage with a thatched roof, and the other was a grand mansion adorned with glistening chandeliers and manicured gardens. These two houses belonged to two families with vastly different fortunes. In the poor house lived the Snuggles, a family of four, Mr. and Mrs. Snuggle and their two children, Lily and Timmy. Their cottage may have been small and worn, but it was filled with warmth and love. Mr. Snuggle worked hard as a handyman in the village, and Mrs. Snuggle tended to their tiny vegetable garden. Despite their meager means, the Snuggles were content and always ready to lend a helping hand to their neighbors. On the other side of the village stood the grand house of the Pompingtons. Mr. Pompington was a wealthy merchant who traveled far and wide in search of rare treasures, while Mrs. Pompington spent her days hosting extravagant parties and socializing with other affluent families. Their daughter, Amelia, had a room filled with toys and dresses of every color. One day, a storm rolled into the village, bringing with it strong winds and heavy rain. The poor house's thatched roof leaked, and water dripped onto the creaky wooden floor. Lily and Timmy huddled in a corner, trying to stay dry. Meanwhile, the rich house was not spared either. The grand mansion's windows rattled, and the perfectly manicured gardens turned into a muddy mess. As the storm raged on, the Snuggles realized that they needed help to repair their roof. Despite their pride, they decided to ask for assistance. Lily bravely went to the Pompingtons' mansion and knocked on the ornate door. When Mrs. Pompington answered, Lily explained their predicament. To the Snuggles' surprise, Mrs. Pompington didn't hesitate. She gathered blankets, umbrellas, and even brought some food to help the Snuggles through the storm. Soon after, Mr. Pompington arrived with his tools and expertise to fix the Snuggles' roof. The two families worked together, side by side, repairing the humble cottage. As they toiled away, Lily, Timmy, and Amelia discovered that, despite their differences, they had much in common. They laughed, shared stories, and realized the true value of friendship. By the time the storm passed, not only was the Snuggles' roof fixed, but the hearts of both families were warmed by the newfound bond they had forged. From that,